Hey, what's going on with you? You know what time it is. It's time to talk sports, news, and information. We are excited. I'm going to have to change a couple of things tonight. Hey, man, we'll be flying solo, but we going to get it done. All right. We want to thank everyone who tunes in to Big J. Let's talk. Also, DMAC, Let's talk. We appreciate you and we thank you so much. Markrina, our consistent moderator. On point. Thank you so much for what you do here at Big J. Let's talk. So tonight I'm going to talk about one of the big game matchups that DMAC and myself talked about and we looked at, and that was the matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. It's that time for NFL football. So what we want to do, we want to bring NFL football to light. I am not the best fan, but I want to bring it to light. I have a bunch of friends who are Cowboy fans and others, but what I'm saying, I'm a Philly fan. Have been predating Randall Cunningham, all of it. Let me see what D said. Good evening, Macrina. Let me put the link in the room again, D. But anyway, what I'm saying is all the things that are going to go on this season, I believe the intangibles will be amazing. Macrina, thank you for what you do. Thank you for being on. But I've invited a lot of people to slide by tonight. And hopefully, as we stay on, they will show up. A lot of people. So let's see what goes on. I'm going to drop the link again for D, and then we're going to keep going. Yeah, so I'm excited because my team is about to, this year it's about to be on for the Eagles. Now, what I do like is that the Eagles got a backup quarterback, a good one in Joe Flacco. We don't need my boy over there who's having issues, but we need somebody who's consistent at the QB position. And I do believe that's Jalen Hurts. I watched Jalen Hurts all the way back to Alabama, and he is a beast. And what I mean by that, he has a winning attitude and winning ways. He is the ultimate professional. So if you want to see someone in sports dominate, but here's the one thing I have issues. For some reason, first and second year quarterbacks are given a little bit longevity to make them weigh and to produce themselves. But for some reason, Jalen is almost to the point to where they want him to do so much already. And that part I don't understand. Because if you're only a second year quarterback, you deserve the right to have at least a couple of years to perform. That's just my opinion. What's going on with you, D-Mac?
What's going on, bro? You talking about Jalen Hurts?
Yes, sir. Man, I just read an article today. Philly fans, man, are rough. I'm gonna tell you that, man. Philly fans are rough. But they're rough. And the unfortunate thing, I just read a major fan in Philly say, if he does not produce in a period of time, they're gonna roll him out of there.
Wow, really? Well,
yeah, man.
What I was telling you earlier today about them being interested in Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. But they got Joe Flacco. They got Joe Flacco back there.
Yeah, Flacco, but really, man, I think it's time for these younger guys to start stepping up and doing their thing, man. You know, Joe Flacco, he did his thing during his time, but his time is up. It's time for these younger guys, the Jalen Hurts and Deshaun Watsons, to do their thing, man. And I really hope that Jalen Hurts really gets a good opportunity because I think he can do some great things for y'all. Y'all gonna need it. Y'all really gonna need it against the football team, I should say.
Man, we're about to talk about it. Let me say this to Macrina first. Macrina, if you want to come on and pull up in the live stream with just the audio, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome because since you said you don't know that much, D-Mac is almost a master at football. He coached it. I coached it. So today would be the great time for you to come on in and ask questions. Just come in on your audio if you want to. If you don't, ask in the room and we'll make sure we post it. So D, let's
Absolutely. Hey,
you ready?
Macrina.
Go ahead and start it off, man. I want to hear what you got to say, bro.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this, man, because I'm really excited as a Washington fan because we just picked up Jamin Davis from Kentucky, and this boy is a prototype of Chase Young all over again. He's Chase Young all over again. So now we got two monsters back there in the backfield. We shutting down the run from anybody that's coming at us. I'm telling you now.
You knew right where I was going, huh? I was about to
Yes,
talk
sir.
about who's gonna carry the load. Because you know why? I don't care.
Wow.
Let's dismiss the Philly offense for a minute. That is one of the roughest defenses that you can find in football. And I don't care who it is, it's gonna be hey, Allen, pull up in the room, man. The link is there. We want all football fans. You a Patriot fan? Here's the link. Pull up in the room, man. Yeah, so what I'm saying, D, is this, man. Hey, you think Washington going to run over the Eagles defense? No way.
Yes, we are, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because not only did we pick up Fitzpatrick, but we went all the way down to North Carolina and we scrambled around in the bowl, and we happened to pick up Curtis Samuels to go along with Terry McLaurin.
Facts.
Man, we about to do some things.
Facts.
I'm telling you, and
Yeah,
we have a little bit of depth at running back. We have about 4 or 5 good running backs, and we're trying to narrow it down to the best 2. But man, that's hard to do with the backs that we have. So we have some offensive power, and we can do some things, man, because we finally got an offensive lineman. That's what's been plaguing Washington since 92, 93. And
no.
now we have an offensive line. Thank you, football guys.
Alan Brooks said, what about the Patriots?
What about the Patriots? I take that. The Patriots are never going to be what they used to be because they don't have Brady anymore.
No,
They
it's
brought
done,
in
man.
Cam Newton. They was thinking that Cam Newton was going to come in and do some things special for him, but Cam didn't step up to the plate. And so I don't think they're going to waste a whole lot more time on Cam Newton.
Oh no, but they got some good. They got a good draft pick at quarterback.
Did they?
Yeah, they got a good draft pick. But again, they're not going to be the same team without Brady. That's my opinion.
And Gronk is gone, so they're just a shell of what they used to be. And Patriots fans are wishing upon a star right now. You know, they're in their rebuilding stage. They have to do a whole lot of overhaul in New England, and one of those things is going to be getting rid of Cam Newton.
Yep, big time. Hey, Brooks, let me help you out with something, big man. That's one of my dudes. Hey, man, what you can do, you can pull up with the Eagles while the Patriots are getting back. Don't even look over at Washington. They're a wash. I'm telling you, man. No defense and no offense. Man, when you see what the Eagles have done to solidify their offense for Jalen Hurts, it's about to be a problematic year for everyone in that East Coast League, man. Watch, I'm telling you.
You talking about the NFC champion Washington football team? That's who you talking about? Those boys who at the top of the charts and now, you know, I usually don't go with analytics, but every single analyst is saying the same thing. Washington is going to be the top of the NFC East for the simple fact we have all of the daggone manpower. Now you have Dallas, they getting Dak Prescott back. Okay, Dak is back. So what? What is he really going to do? He's not going to be able to do too much because he's second guessing himself. He's coming off of that injury, so he got to get that rust off. And then he really don't have a lot of the personnel that he had when he went out with the injury. So now he's going to have to adapt to other players. And Zeke, you know, he's getting back in shape. But is he really going to be all that? Because like I said, we got a Chase Young, and then we have Jamin Davis coming in, who is a Chase Young's twin. So, you know, it's not a lot of backs. There's only one back in our division that I'm scared of, and that's Saquon Barkley.
Right. And thus we all should be. Have you seen that brother's legs, man? Have you seen that brother's I wouldn't even want to listen.
That's Barry Sanders all over again. That's Barry Sanders reincarnated right there.
Hey, have you seen that video that I posted on my YouTube post where that kid gets run over
Yeah,
by
yeah.
the crackback?
Did I? Man, those are the players right there as a coach that used to get me hyped, man. I used to love it.
Yeah, man, but that kid could have been major in because he did not have his head on a swivel. I'm like, come on, dude. But let me get back to this, man. Let me say this: who on Philly? I mean, who on Washington is going to stop my dual threat running game with the Eagles? You got to consider that.
I already told you, Chase Young. Chase Young is gonna be in there. Then we got Jamin Davis, this boy from Kentucky. Now, if you go and look at some of his highlights, he's built exactly like Chase. He penetrates exactly like Chase. He got the speed, man. Y'all gonna have some trouble with these boys. Y'all gonna
Nah,
have
I don't
y'all
think
might
so.
run on the outside a little bit. Y'all might get a little something on the outside, maybe because our corners are still questionable. But trying to come through the middle and trying to come in that A and B gaps, nah, brother, that's gonna be a task right there this year.
There's going to be something. What's going on, Big Adam?
What's happening, Adam?
Adam, pull up in the room, man, on the panel if you want
Yeah,
to come
because
on, man.
like I said, man, you got and then our defense. We have the top defense not only in our division, but pretty much across the board in the NFL.
Right,
You know, a
facts.
lot of people are talking about this Washington defense, not just for the fact that we have Chase Young and we have Jamin Davis. We also have some of those guys up front. We got those guys up front who is going to wreak havoc this season. We got
You're
some
right.
big names up there, and we're going to do some good things, man. I really hope.
Hey, man, but watch this. Philly also made some acquisitions up front on the offense, too. They got bigger. Them brothers are swole, and they ready to go. See, and that's what I like because Jalen Hurts took the initiative to go work out with the entire team before the season, before we even got to this point. That's going to make a big difference.
You know, I have a question, and it's kind of well, it's still kind of in the vein because this guy used to play for Dallas, and I want to know what he's going to do this season, and that's Dez Bryant.
Yes. Can he still catch?
He's a free agent, man. Yes, Dez Bryant can still catch, and he's definitely a free agent. So, man, somebody needs to grab him real quick because Dez Bryant has a chip on his shoulder. He has something to prove, and he still got a lot of play left in him.
Man, Adam just said something that I was thinking about too, and that's one of my concerns is the 49ers. What do you think about that, D?
Mm, I don't know. They probably can, depending on what their schedule looks like. Because the 49ers haven't really lived up to what their expectations were of them last season, and who knows what's going to happen this season, especially with this new protocol that they have for the COVID or for the
Facts.
vaccines.
Yeah.
And we know that out in Cali, they having a real big issue with people wanting to get vaccinated and things like that. So this is going to be an issue not only for the 49ers, but for a lot of these other teams who have players like what's my name, Hopkins, DeAndre Hopkins. He said
Right.
he may just quit if they try to force him to get vaccinated. So you got to
Wow.
look at these teams and what players they have that are going against this vaccine protocol.
Right. See, in my opinion, the Niners did a great job. It's just that they're still inconsistent at the quarterback position. See, they got old boy from the Patriots, right? And for
Yeah.
some reason, what he was with the Patriots, he's not panning out with the Niners like that. And they gave him a truckload of money. So until they get that position solidified, it's still going to be a problem for the Niners.
Yeah, well, when you come into a new system, you're trying to learn a new system and all of that stuff like that. It takes time. And this is what people are not taking into consideration. No one wants to be patient and let people develop. This is the big problem. You got these guys, if you give them enough time and enough grace and space, then they'll produce. But if you keep
Facts.
on pressuring them and hovering over their back and trying
Facts.
to micromanage everything, you're just going to make them more nervous and you're going to agitate and frustrate them even more. So they need to back up, give these guys some space to grow so that they can become the players that they want. He said, would y'all agree that Devontae Adams the best wide receiver in the game?
See, for
Mm,
me, for me, the wide receiver is determined each year, not something he did last year, the year before that. It's each year, unless you're Terrell Owens, who's still putting it down.
I say it like this: Antonio Brown is coming back. He's got a whole mini camp to go through. Now he's gonna come. He's not gonna be coming in off the cuff. He's coming in with a full camp under his belt, and we know what Antonio Brown can do, regardless
Facts.
of what problems he have off the field. That man, when he is on the field, he produces.
Right.
And that's what's going to happen again. So y'all talk. Everybody's talking about these wide receivers. You better watch out for Antonio Brown, and you better watch out for Dez Bryant, because those are two men that have something to prove. And I think they're going to do it this season.
And that's what I'm saying, D. What we have to, it's kind of hard to take and look at a player's profile based on the past, which we can. But what I'm saying is somebody's different is going to show up this year and do some things that we've never seen. That's how it is in the NFL. It's always been that way. It's a rookie who's going to come out of one of these great colleges and watch what happens. And then we got to remember, man, that CD Lamb still has not had his breakout season. So there's a
True.
lot of cats, man.
So I wonder if CD has been spending a lot of time with Dak, because that's what he really needs to do. Spend a lot of time with Dak Prescott so that they can build that rapport with each other, so that can be his go-to guy.
Facts.
And that's what's going to give CD Lamb that breakout like he needs. Every quarterback has their guy, and CD Lamb needs to be Dak Prescott's guy,
Yep.
because he's really the only one on that team right now who can really do some breakout things for them other than Zeke.
Facts. And that's the thing. Was Prescott went down, so the reason they drafted CD Lamb, they never got the opportunity to see what was going to go on. So now is the year to where we're going to see two healthy individuals who are going to compete in their conference. Alan Brooks says the Niners need a quarterback, and that's what we're saying, 100%. And I agree with the cat they got from the Patriots. He was balling over there, but that's a whole different system. See, when you change systems, it's like changing clothes. I'm gonna put on DMAC clothes, and they're not gonna fit.
Mm,
It's
that's
not
it.
gonna
That's
fit.
it.
So
That's
when it,
exactly what's going on. We have so many quarterback changes. You look, Darnold's gone somewhere else. What's his name? Sam what's his last name? I can't think of
Stafford,
his name. Yeah, he's going to another
Matt
team. So
Stafford, yeah,
yeah, Matt Stafford. That's
uh
it.
huh.
So you have a lot of different quarterback changes. So this season is going to be pretty interesting with these quarterbacks trying to figure out these new systems. I don't think it's going to be a lot of high scoring games off the start with these guys, but they just have to get integrated in that system. That's what it all comes down to.
But it's so difficult, D, and others who are listening, to watch college players, man, who come out and they're selected number one, and they seem like they're sent to a system to fail. You mentioned Sam Darnold. USC is my college team, so I watch all the quarterbacks come out that go to the Jets, man, that come out of SC, and for some reason, that Mark Sanchez, they just can't produce in that system. I guarantee you, with Sam Darnold now being with the new team, a team who has probably scouted him before, but they couldn't draft him number one because they didn't have the selection or the pick. And now what they can do is remodel his game based on who and what he is. And we're going to see a lot of that happen. Carson Wentz, I think, is dead, period. I think he's never regained a team or his composure as a quarterback because he caused too much division.
But yeah, whenever you do things like that, nobody's going to want to deal with you, because you're quarterback, you're the leader of the team. And if you're the leader of the team and you're causing the division, yeah, that's a major problem. It's never going to work. And until he changed his attitude, then he's going to stay a backup quarterback somewhere, sitting on a bench somewhere.
Facts.
That type of attitude is not it's not good for the league. And
Facts.
then, because all right, with him, I don't know, man. I don't want to talk too much about him because I really don't like him too much. So I don't want to, just hate. So I'll just leave that alone, man. He says
Okay.
I can't wait for the season to start. Yeah, I can't wait for the season to start either because you got Aaron Rodgers. He finally showed up at Green Bay training camp. You know what I'm saying? And he, halfway want to play, but then they went out and they trying to get Randall Cobb back from the Houston Texans so that Aaron Rodgers will be a little bit more appeased. So that's going to be interesting too to see Randall Cobb going back to Green Bay.
Facts.
It seems like the Houston Texans are going to be a shell of a team because they've been
Right.
stripped of every good player they
Right.
had.
Right.
J.J. Watt is gone. DeAndre Hopkins gone. Deshaun Watson's about to be gone.
I don't want Deshaun Watson.
Well,
Wherever he goes, do not come to the Eagles. I do not want him.
Why not?
I know he's a baller and he's a heck of a player, but right now he got baggage, man. And I don't think the team needs that around him until his case is settled. See, remember, his case is not settled yet. Let me read this one from Marquina. She said, but if some of the players not taking the vaccine, what's their option? Would their career be in jeopardy? See, here's the thing, in my opinion, I'm going to let you speak, D. If 50% of America has not taken the vaccine, only 50% has. Now you're going to try to coach the players to do what individuals are not doing. That's almost like double jeopardy. Go ahead, D.
Well, see, they can't force them to take the vaccine for one reason and one reason only. That vaccine has not been FDA approved. It was
Facts.
approved for emergency authorization. So that means that they could only use it because of the emergency situation with the pandemic, but it is not FDA approved and it won't be until 2022. So with that being said, they cannot legally force anybody to take the vaccine. And you have guys like Hopkins who says, I'm not going to take something that's not approved and you don't really know what it's going to do because I am very concerned about what I put in my body. And which is that's a real good reason for him not to. So a lot of these guys, the choice is going to come down to them. I think they're going to do a lot of testing beforehand. And if you turn up positive, then your team has to forfeit that game. That's what the rule says, the new rule that they came out with. So it's going to come down to a team thing. If you got a guy who tests positive for COVID, I mean, that whole team has been exposed to this guy, so you can't really chance that. And so they're
Yeah,
going to have to forfeit the games.
yeah, but D, we still have to look out at this, man. That vaccine works different on everybody else. Forgive us, audience. We're going back to football, but Macrina brought up a great point. Let me tell you something, man. I took the first shot, right? No
Hmm.
issues, no issues, D. And I had told you that. I took
Yeah.
this. I took the second shot. Remember what I'm saying? Man, I'm down for like 2-3 weeks. Man, I can't do nothing. I don't feel right. I can't think right. It's just my whole left side is tripping. Hey, man, I said I'm not doing it again. I don't care what they come out with. You know what I'm saying? So watch this. If you make players take this shot, and some of these players have a negative reaction to the shot, then you lose them. You're in trouble anyway. Go ahead, D.
Yeah. Not only that, what if they take the shot and they still get it? Because there are people who are taking the vaccine and they're still contracting the coronavirus even after taking the vaccine. So if you do get vaccinated, that's not 100% of safeguard saying that you're going to be protected. So
Right.
those guys, either way it go, they're still going to be exposed to the virus.
Right.
So these things that they're doing, I mean, they're doing it as a safeguard and to kind of cover their butt, but in actuality, the effectiveness of it isn't very high at all.
No, they try to make money. They're not trying to cover their
That's
butt.
all it
They,
is.
they, they want they want all the fans back in the stands. So what we'll do, we'll put our players at risk. Even though Philly's gonna smash Washington, we just want.
Y'all hear that?
And watch this. Did y'all hear that?
That dude up there shaking his head. You see him shaking his head?
We'll see. Nobody's gonna stop Jalen Hurts, man.
Man,
He's a dual
Chase
option, man.
Young. Chase Young is gonna stop Jalen Hurts. He ain't gonna stop him. He gonna chase him down. That's what his name is for, Chase.
But But see, the most dangerous play in football is one that they changed, and
Mm,
that play was called a crackback.
yeah,
Let me tell a quick story. Out here, man. We were playing a team called Dominguez High School out here in Compton.
yeah.
One of the best teams on this side of town, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was coaching the JV team, offensive coordinator, and they had an outside linebacker, man, that kept just woo. He kept yanking my running back. If I go to the 7, to the 8, to the 2, to the 3, he just kept. So what I did, I stacked, man, trips right, trips right, because he was on the right, trips left, because he was on the left side. And what I told my slot receiver, which was my linebacker, they didn't know that. I said, man, on set, man, take this dude out of his cleats. That dude was the best player in the conference. Went over to the coach and said, "Bring me out the game." I trust me, Philly's gonna do something like that to Washington and everyone else in the conference. I guarantee you. We got somebody else on. Angel Frank, go ahead, D.
Philly don't have no defense to stop our offense. Who gonna stop Curtis Samuels whenever he get out? What defensive back y'all got gonna stop Curtis Samuels or McLaurin? Because both of those guys are some speedsters, and that's the reason we got Curtis Samuel to match the speed of McLaurin on the other side. So
Right.
now we got speed on both sides, and we got Fitzpatrick with that arm. So when
Yeah.
we drop those bombs, y'all better give us at least a good 5 to 7 yard cushion, because if you don't, y'all gonna get burnt every single time.
Right, right. But that ain't gonna happen. You know it's not gonna happen.
Oh yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
happen. It's time. It's time. It's been last time we went to the championship was what, 1993,
Right.
92, 93. Yeah, it's time, bro. It's
But
time.
let me answer Frank's question. Here's the thing, man. I love Tua, but you got to put the right pieces around Tua. In Miami, their team waiting to bust wide open, but you got to put the right pieces around Tua. Tua, that Alabama quarterback, is great then, and he's great now, even with all the injuries, right? But if you don't put, watch this. This is me. I'm the same way with Howard. If you do not put the right pieces around your quarterback first, I want out because I see what's going to happen. And let me share something with you. Do you know how easy it is to get injured on a team who is not rolling in the same direction?
Yeah.
Go ahead, D.
Man, they better be careful about saying that they want to get out, because you know what happened to Deshaun Watson when he said he wanted to get out. You see where he's sitting at now and what he's dealing with. So, guys are making these requests, man. Like I said earlier, I think people should just calm down and be patient, man, and give these people an opportunity to make some moves and stuff. And if they don't make any moves, or if they don't seem like they want to accommodate you, then you can start shopping around for other teams. But if they're trying to accommodate you, which it seems like they're somewhat trying to do, just have a little bit of patience. A
But
lot of guys don't want to have that.
but I think the thing today is you have to be so discreet doing it to where no one knows about it. Because
Yeah,
if people knows, then other teams are going to judge you. You know what I'm saying? Howard might run from a lion and meet a bear.
yeah.
Why? Because
And,
people know what you like and what you don't like. Go ahead, D.
and it's like prison too. If people know you're getting ready to leave, they gonna do
Facts.
something.
Facts.
You know,
Facts.
it's sad to say, but that's how the mentality of some people are, man. But I have a question though, because with basketball now that college basketball players are able to make money off of their brand and likeness, is the same thing gonna happen for college football?
It should be because it's an NCAA rule, which means and it's a temporary rule, which means it governs every program within the NCAA, track, field, football, everything. If you have a brand, you can monetize your brand now with the NCAA and earn money. We saw that happen with Master P's oldest son, who's headed to an HBCU, and he just got $2 million on something he created. Let me get back to Angel Frank's question. It says, who do you guys feel is the sleeper team in each division? Let me go pull the divisions up. Go ahead, D.
The sleeper team in our division is Philly. You see my video the other day. I was sleeping on it the other day. Go back and watch the video. That's exactly how we feel about Philadelphia Eagles. I got my pillow. I got my house coat and all of that good stuff because that's my sleeper in the NFC East is going to be Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, but watch this. Watch this. I'm not going to say that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not going. Let me pull up these divisions so we can look at it. And then we cannot forget, man. Kansas City, them other teams, man. We can't do that.
Kansas City, yeah, we got Kansas City. We got New Orleans. We got let's see who else we got. Well, Green Bay now that Aaron Rodgers has showed up and they're getting Randall Cobb back as well. Green Bay might be a sleeper.
Let me pull this up right quick. I'm coming back now. Hey, this I like that he brought that up. That way we can get some information to share because I think that's critical.
But no, in all honesty, my sleeper for the NFC East will have to be the Giants. For the simple fact that Saquon Barkley is coming back. And Daniel Jones, he's going to be 100%. He's going to be ready to go. So I see some good things coming out of the Giants that people aren't really paying attention to.
Facts.
So, yeah, that's my sleeper for the NFC East is the Giants.
Okay, let's get over here and look at it. So for the NFC, we got quarterbacks. So let's look at who you think would be the better quarterback coming out the East. We got that way we can talk about the teams. We got Prescott with the Cowboys.
Nope.
We got Fitzgerald with Washington. Look at this quarterback right here, man. Look at the Eagles quarterback. Man, that dude is a dual threat and a beast. Jalen Hurts. Then we have Daniel.
I thought they said Washington Hurts. Jalen.
And then we got Daniel Jones for the Giants.
Who? Right, so Mike Jones, brother. Who?
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this: out of all four of those quarterbacks you just named, Jalen Hurts is a beginner. Daniel Jones is a beginner. Dak Prescott is coming back off injury. The only one that's going to be in good shape and ready to go is Fitzpatrick. Out of all four of them quarterbacks.
Okay, so let's go back up here then. And what team? What team is the sleeper here?
Sleeper is going to be New York.
The Giants?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Like you said, the Eagles. And I think the Eagles they almost beat Dallas. They can get past Dallas. That's my opinion.
The way I got it looking is going to be Washington, Giants, Eagles, Cowboys. That's the way I got it. That's the way I'm seeing our division.
So you got Washington, which you really meant to say the Eagles, but you said Washington.
Eagles, Giants, and Cowboys. That's how it's going to go.
Oh, wow. So I got you. Okay. So let's go to the East now. We got quarterback. We got Josh Allen. I'm getting better with the Bills. He played real good last year. You got Tua with the Dolphins, but one of his major receivers is trying to get out of town. You got Zach Wilson with the Jets. That's a watch. You got Cam Newton or Mac Jones. That's a watch. So out of the East, who do we see?
The Bills.
Yeah, me too.
The Bills, man. Yeah. Because like you said, Tua, he's having his issues down there. The Jets are just out of jet fuel. And then we have this issue with Cam Newton, and now it's between him and Mac Jones. I think Cam will probably beat him out for a while until he start messing up, and then they'll put him in because that's how Cam always does. He does good in the preseason and stuff, but when the season starts, that's when that arm starts bothering, that rotator cuff and all of that, and he's not going to be able to last to about the first 4 or 5 games before he starts doing his usual, throwing all the interceptions and making the bad mistakes.
I do agree, Angel, but my issue with Zeke Elliott, man, is which one are we going to get? And that's the thing for me. Which Ezekiel Elliott are we going to get? Are we going to get the one that come out, run 2,000 yards? What are we going to get? Go ahead, D.
Well, Ezekiel Elliott is looking good, man. The dude's trimmed down. He ain't got rocked back up. You know what I'm saying? So he seemed like he ready. He seemed like he been working hard in his offseason. And Ezekiel Elliott can always be a threat at any given time. But like I
Backs.
said, when you got a Chase Young and a Jamin Davis back there, we're not too worried about Zeke.
Here's the interesting one: the
Yeah.
NFC South, and I'm doing
Ooh,
quarterbacks with teams for a reason, because the
yeah.
team is measured based on the quarterback. Number that first spot is basically a reality. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. We saw that. Now, what did I do? Let me
I
go
think the
back.
sleeper is gonna be Jameis Winston.
You think so?
That's the sleeper for me right there.
Oh
Jameis Winston
no.
is gonna be that sleeper. Watch.
You
Because
think so?
remember at the end of last season, Jameis Winston started picking it up. And he
Man,
started doing a lot better. He started performing a lot better during the end of the season because he was starting back to get healthy. And
man,
so
if he
now he's had all of this time off to rehabilitate and really think about what he needs to do. I think Jameis Winston is going to come out this season and he going to do some great things. Taysom Hill is a great backup, but just that, a great backup.
Hey man, but I'm gonna tell you something, man. They need to hire someone to follow Jameis so he doesn't go steal a bag of crabs to cook.
Jameis
Oh,
Winston Jameis Winston has the same problem that Dwayne Haskins does. They make poor decisions off the field.
right. Facts.
Ever since Dwayne Haskins left Washington, he's made poor decisions. He just got beat up by his girlfriend a week ago, knocked his tooth out, and he had another issue to come up. So this kid is still making those poor decisions that got
Facts.
him cut from Washington. And the
Right.
same thing with Jameis Winston. He makes these poor decisions off the field, which ends up pouring over into on the field and messing up his performance because he's distracted by all of this extracurricular stuff. And he
Facts.
needs to just get his head squared in the game and focus on what he needs to do as the leader of that team and really take it serious.
And Angel, I'm not just. Let me tell you, man. I believe Belichick is the man, and I love Mac Jones as a quarterback. But to me, I'm gonna be honest with you, he's overrated, completely overrated. But again, I love him as a quarterback. All right, and he is yes. All right, but is he going to get? And he's young, but is he going to take them to that place in that position yet? I don't think so. That's just me, Angel. That's just my opinion. Go
It
ahead, D.
depends. It depends. There's a whole lot of football to be played this season, and we don't know who that breakout guy is going to be. That's the most entertaining thing about this season coming up because we have a lot of new guys coming.
Facts.
What's my man down in Jacksonville that they got from Clemson?
Oh, yeah. Quarterback.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name right now.
I can't think of it
Yeah,
either,
yeah,
man. But
yeah.
he got him, and then they got the spark from Tebow coming in playing that
Yes,
tight end. And
yeah.
Tebow can be a good tight end because when Tebow was at Florida, Tebow was known. He wasn't known for passing. He wasn't known
No,
for his
his
accuracy. Chris
feet.
Leak was the passing quarterback.
Yes,
That they would bring Tebow in to run those little 4 and 5 yard quarterback sneaks and stuff like that.
the
So
packages.
Tim
Yeah.
Tebow will be good at he would be great at a tight end, I think.
So who's the sleeper then in the NFC South? We
A
know Brady. They're
sleeper.
already there.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go with my Panthers,
That's what
man.
I was gonna say, dude.
I'm gonna have to
Same
go with
thing.
my Panthers. I want to
That's
go
what
with the Saints, but I'm going with my Panthers.
Sam Darnold is ready to break out now. He's ready, and that's my opinion. Let's look at the AFC South. Let me see if there's any comments.
Carson Wentz. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's it. Trevor
Trevor
Lawrence.
Lawrence. Yeah, yes. Thank you. Hey, what's up, son? Glad to see you in here, man.
What's going
Hey,
on,
this
Jay?
dude just sent me some pictures. My son sent me some pictures, man. He looked just like Zion Williamson, man.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'll shoot him to you later, man. It's
Did
funny. He looked just like Zion Williamson, man.
did he grow where he at now? Height
Six
wise.
three,
Oh
six
wow.
three.
He moving, man.
Yeah,
I want my autograph now.
I know that's right.
Hey, let's look at the AFC South. All right. So we got the Titans. We got the Colts. Now Carson Wentz under the right coach, man. This what scares me. We don't know what we're gonna get. And you got Lawrence with the Jaguars, and you got Deshaun Watson. Oh wow!
With
So they
Tyrod
still got
Taylor.
him. Yeah, man. Who's a sleeper, man?
Oh man, the sleeper's definitely gonna have to be the Jaguars.
You think so?
Yeah, man, because Trevor Lawrence, I really like that kid, man. That kid, he's shown a lot of toughness. He's shown a lot of maturity. And I think he's going to come and do some great things. If they have some protection up front, that's the main thing that they need to do is make sure that he has protection up front. Because if you give Trevor Lawrence time to make a play, he's going to make a play. He has the potential to end up being your next Aaron Rodgers.
He's never gonna see speed like this coming at him from up front. And one thing he did not use a lot was his legs. He used his arm. But my sleeper team out of the AFC South is the Colts with Carson Wentz. I believe he has something to prove. Let's see
Okay.
what everyone else says. Yeah, I think he has something to prove. And something to prove, he has a monkey on his back. And he want to get it off. All right, let's go down here now to the NFC North. This is where it's going to get crazy. Aaron Rodgers came back. I guess he's excited. Kirk Cousins was the Vikings, put an X there. Jared Goff with the Lions, put an F there. And Andy Dalton with the Bears. I don't see a sleeper here.
Ooh, I
My
do.
opinion. Who you
I
see?
see a sleeper. I see a sleeper.
Don't tell me the Lions.
Yes, sir.
Are you serious?
How'd you know? Yes.
Because Jared Goff is the one with all the smoke ability. He chokes. But with the right coach and another team, because they have great receivers too, and he does have an arm, and he can get rid of the ball. So you might be right.
That's it.
Wow.
That's what I'm looking at, man. Jared Goff somewhere else under a different coach with a different system and different guys around him. I think he'll be able to do something with the Lions. Because when you're with the Rams, man, you have what was my man Gurley?
Yes, Todd Gurley.
So a lot of the carries was going to Gurley, and then they kind of got away from Gurley when he got hurt, and they put everything on Goff, and that was just like dropping the load in his lap, and he wasn't able to handle it like that. But if you
Right.
give him half the load and give half the load to your backs and stuff, then I think Jared Goff will flourish.
But he declined in his performance as he grew within the league. He didn't get better, he declined. And I think that's why they got rid of him and made a trade. Anyone else in the room a Rams fan? Do you think that was a mistake or a great
But I mean,
decision?
but with the Rams, Gurley, he declined too.
Right. Well, he was injured, and what the one thing they tried to do is hide his injury. And one thing you can't do in the NFL because the players are too big, too fast. You can't hide an injury because one hit is going to expose it.
Yeah,
One hit.
especially with a big back. When you got a
Right.
big back, it's hard for them to hide any injury because most of their injuries is going to be below the waist.
Right.
And that's where most of their load is going to be. So they can't hide their injuries too good. You're right about that.
Yeah. Okay, so we got the sleeper there. Now the AFC North. This is
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
this is a good one. The Ravens, the Browns, the Bengals, and the Steelers.
My sleeper is going to be the Browns.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow.
For the simple fact of Baker Mayfield's inconsistency.
Right.
You got a great back in Chubb. I think he's gonna be leading the league in rushing this year. Everybody say it's gonna be Zeke and it's gonna be Saquon Barkley. No, it's gonna be Nick Chubb.
Right. I'm going, believe it or not, I'm going with the Ravens because Lamar Jackson got figured out last year. And with him getting figured out, I believe he has something to prove. So I'm going to go with the Ravens.
And not only that, I think they bringing Dez Bryant back. So
Right.
Dez Bryant and Lamar Jackson, man, That right there is scary in itself.
From what I've heard, he worked off the off season on his mechanics, man, throwing, not so much
Hmm.
running, staying in the pocket, timing. And if that brother can get timing, staying in the pocket, and when it's necessary to run an option or to run, I think he will be a great quarterback. That's me. All right,
Lamar
so
Jackson, a healthy Lamar Jackson throwing to a healthy Dez Bryant is going to be a problem for everybody.
all day long, all day long. Now here's a good one, another good one in the
Mm-hmm.
NFC
Oh,
West: Seahawks,
man.
the Cardinals, the Rams. I don't like Matthew Stafford, man. I just don't. Oh, that's his name, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Garoppolo.
Yeah, or
But Matthew
Trey
Stafford though,
Lance.
man, Matthew Stafford has he's one of the better passing quarterbacks though. He
Yeah, but he
don't
can't
get
move, no legs.
Yeah, but Brett Favre didn't have no legs, but he knew how to make things happen. Sometimes you don't have to have no legs. If you can scramble around good enough, you can get that thing off, man. These
Yeah.
guys are I think they second guess themselves a lot and they hold that ball a second too early because of that.
Well,
And this is where he needs to step up. Matthew Stafford can be a good quarterback, and you don't need a great quarterback.
facts.
You just need a quarterback that's consistent and can get the ball to the daggone receivers.
Well, here's my sleeper in the NFC West: the Seahawks, because of Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll has to
Mm.
make noise as a coach, and he's been quiet for a couple of years. And now we see Russell Wilson with his family and his wife. Something is behind that. I know it's the right thing to do and the right thing to pursue, and that's your marriage. But there's something going on to where Pete Carroll has that team relaxed and he has that team ready to play. All they need is a dynamic running back, and that's my sleeper.
They had a dynamic running back and they let him leave. I
No,
don't
you
know what
walked
was
the,
wrong with him.
yeah, we know what happened. You on the goal line and you gonna pass the ball instead of giving it to a star running back. Pete Carroll did slip up that game.
I don't know what was on his mind, man. That to this day, man, it just makes me not like the Seahawks organization. Period.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe he thought he was back at USC with Reggie Bush. So
you
he was
know,
just gonna throw the ball or something. I don't know.
but then Russell, I think Russell's on his way out, man. I think this is his last season.
You think so?
Yeah, I absolutely do, man. Russell's getting tired. You know, he's won a couple championships with the Seahawks. Now they're on the downside of that, you know, and they're going into their rebuilding stage. They don't have Sherman anymore. They don't have I think Chancellor's gone too.
Facts.
A lot of those pieces that they had that made them a powerhouse are gone. And the only thing that's really still there is Russell Wilson.
You know what's funny, D? When you look at the 49ers, they say Jimmy or Trey. But watch this. If you put Jimmy back with, and this is why they should have never allowed him to leave from the Patriots because he fit that system. So
Hmm.
who's your sleeper?
Oh man, this is kind of tough one. I'ma say the Rams. I'm going with Matthew Stafford and the Rams. That's my sleeper, man, because I think they gonna upset a few people.
Wow. Okay. So
The Rams are gonna upset a few people, man, because they
okay.
still got Clowney, right?
Yep.
There you go.
And
He's
they
gonna
got
cause some disruptions regardless. Nobody's gonna be able to hold that guy. But I
eh,
think that they're gonna upset a couple guys,
yeah,
a couple teams.
they got the best pass rusher in the NFL up front.
Hmm.
So let's look at the number one AFC West. This is a big one. No, it's not really. It's self-explanatory. So we know the Chiefs gonna win it all, but who's the sleeper?
Broncos.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yep. If Teddy
Broncos.
Bridgewater can play like this young man played coming out of college before he had the leg injury, if Teddy Bridgewater can do what he needs to do, and the foundation of the Broncos is based on passing, tight end, wide receiver, slot, and they always had great cornerbacks. If they can put that together again under Bridgewater, I see them winning. What do you think?
Yeah, I can agree with that because Bridgewater is one of those guys. He can come in and he can adapt to your system. He picks up on things quick. He came into Carolina and he played like he had been in Carolina for a few years. And
Right.
so, with that being said, him going in there, he's going to go in there and whatever they need from Teddy Bridgewater, he's going to give them. But my thing with Bridgewater is it seemed like he haven't been the same after he took that concussion. After he
Right.
got knocked out, same thing with Antonio Brown. They haven't been the same. It's like they're kind of hazy, like they got a little, a little haze going on up there, and everything's not all the way clear. So I don't know. I'll keep a lookout for that with Bridgewater, but that's my only concern with him.
Okay. All right. So we got the sleepers, and we're gonna track this week one all the way through the end of the NFL season. And you come on with us because we plan to have a great time in this era of football for 2021. Let's hope and pray that COVID does not do anything to stop the season. I'm with Alan Brooks. I can't wait till the season starts. So D, before we close, man, let's segue to LaMelo Ball. Let's
Hmm.
let's stay with basketball if we can.
Hmm.
What do you think about LaMelo Ball after year one?
I think LaMelo Ball after year one is what they said Lonzo was going to be.
Right.
Um, I think LaMelo Ball is the new face of the NBA. Everybody's saying it's Giannis because he won the championship. No, Giannis is not the face of the NBA because this is a new age. This is a new generation coming up, and LaMelo Ball is the leader of this new generation of basketball that we're seeing. He's going to be the face of the league. It's already established, and once Jello get off of the summer league and move up, and that's just going to enhance
But
LaMelo's
wait, but
game
wait, wait,
even more.
wait, wait. You don't think that's just a marketing ploy?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If it was a marketing ploy, they wouldn't have kept him up there whenever Jello left and went to do his little camp. They wouldn't have kept him up there. They wouldn't have made him an offer if it was just a marketing ploy. What Detroit did was a marketing ploy. They
Right.
had him there just on the team, sitting on the bench, didn't even let him get no play. But
Facts.
ever since Jello has been going up to Charlotte, he's not only been working out with the team, he's been working out with his brother. He's there, and now you see they're giving him an offer. And like
Yeah.
LeVar said, Jello is exactly what they said was wrong with Lonzo and LaMelo. They said that LaMelo's too small, and they said that Lonzo is what did they say about Lonzo? He doesn't shoot
The
enough or
shot was
whatever.
broken. Right.
But Leangelo is both of those. He's big, got the big body, and he's the shooter out of all three of them. So he's giving you all of those things that you said Melo and Lonzo don't have. So putting him with LaMelo ain't gonna do nothing but make LaMelo's confidence go through the roof. And when LaMelo's confidence is through the roof, that dude is gonna be the next Steph Curry.
Let me tell you what scares me. Let me tell you what scares me. Charlotte is known for playing that zone defense.
Hmm.
They never run a boxing one, which will give you more man to man. They're running that zone. I think he'll get lost. This is just me until after maybe a year of understanding how to move and play in that zone defense. Because what happens is we saw it last year with Devontae Graham. They always had to cover Devontae Graham because he could not get to the rotation fast enough. And I think if Jello does not understand that, and because watch this, summer league is not training camp. It's not the G League. It's where you
Hmm.
just it's where you're playing games. So
Yeah.
so then there's no really training yet. He's getting it now because I think they're practicing 2 days a week, and he's a part of the scrimmages on Tuesday. But what I'm saying is the only thing that I see the attribute that he's lacking in is that of defense. And if that comes together and his aggressiveness and when he gets on the floor with teammates that he's used to, I think he'll be the man.
Well, people say that he wasn't aggressive and his defense was off, but he was hurt. People got to remember that.
Right.
Whenever he was in Lithuania and in Australia or whatever, he had ankle injury. And
Facts.
so when you have an ankle injury, you can't be a great defensive player because it requires you to do a lot of movement and a lot of change of direction on the
Mm-hmm.
spot. And
Mm-hmm.
so that affected his defensive play. But now that he's had all of this time to heal completely 100%, and I think he's going to come out there and do his thing
Right.
because you know he's not he's probably not going to be called on to be a defensive specialist.
Facts.
You know, and one thing that's going to do if they pick up LiAngelo, that's going to make that team even faster. And when you got a small, fast team and they pick up one more big man to mentor the big men that they already have, man, I think they should get a JaVale McGee or they should get Dwight Howard or one of those big guys who's been to the championship with got that experience that can help them out when they get in them playoffs. But yeah, man, I think Jello is gonna be all right. All of these analysts always speculate and say what they don't have and what's transfer over to the league. They don't know. They said the same thing about LaMelo. Everything that they said about LaMelo, he made them eat their words. And
That's
I
right.
think LiAngelo would do the exact same
That's
thing
right.
from that same cloth.
That's right. But let me ask you a question. Do you think because if you put all three of those brothers back together, I would love to see that happen, man. Because when I watched them at Chino Hills, I saw something special. I saw something amazing. Now, could that translate to the NBA? I believe so. But let me ask you a question. When it comes to Lonzo, and with him being a restricted free agent, is it smoke and screams with that we're looking at with him possibly going to Chicago, possibly going back to the Pels, possibly doing this, the Lakers? Do you think that's just smoke and scream because he actually is going to sign with Charlotte?
That's exactly what I think it is. You look at it, you got Melo there, you got LiAngelo on the summer league squad. So you're not paying LiAngelo a whole lot of money. You're getting LiAngelo basically free. And then you bring Lonzo in, and Lonzo is not a selfish person. He's not a greedy person. And Charlotte has the money left in their cap to be able to afford Lonzo. They can give him a 1 year deal for what, maybe 20 mil. They have
Right.
that space to do so, and they can work it out and just see if it works out. You know,
I think it would cause disunity in the team. I'll tell you why. If they're going to run the same team of the brothers, right? Then you're going to
mhm.
need it. You're going to need it. Eli and the other gentleman that got drafted by the Atlanta Hawks, the big center. Those two people you're going to need. Now is Gordon Hayward Eli? No,
Nah, Gordon.
he's always hurt.
Yeah, and
Then
that's why I say you bring in another big guy. I even say they reach overseas and grab them a big guy,
right,
somebody who's not from this league, somebody who's not uh gotten all of these bad habits from the NBA. You go reach over Europe and grab one of those guys who play fundamental basketball and they just want to be in the league. You're not going to have all of those ego issues and
facts.
stuff like that with that guy. And you can bring him in and you can make you a system. Because if you think about it, you have LaMelo, LiAngelo, Lonzo, Bridges. If Rozier stay, LiAngelo can come off the bench for Rozier.
Facts. Let
You
me ask you a
know, and
question. Do they get rid of PJ Washington?
no, no,
What would be the purpose if you got Gordon Hayward at the four and PJ's not going to play the five? What would be the purpose?
get rid of Gordon Hayward.
Too much money on the table.
Hey, sometimes you have to cut your losses and take a loss in order to gain. And I
Well,
would take that loss with Gordon Hayward, and I would pick up somebody who's really going to come in and give me some quality minutes and not have to worry about being hurt all the time because Hayward's pretty much over the hill.
but who in the league? What team? Excuse me. Would take Gordon Hayward? That's the question. See, because you have to have something to offer if I'm going to eat your $140 million.
Mm. Well, that depends because he haven't been able to show anybody what he's worth. That's the problem with Gordon Hayward. He's just sitting there. He hasn't been able to show anybody anything, and so nobody really is gonna gamble on him because he haven't shown anything. Now, like
Facts.
Lonzo at the end of the season, he was able to show some stuff and make his stock go up. That's why he's such a highly touted free agent right now. But Gordon Hayward, he's been sitting on the bench and he hasn't been a good teammate. So
New York is a team Who wanted Devontae Graham? There were other teams. Dallas wanted Devontae Graham. Why didn't Charlotte pull the trigger? I'm confused.
Because who is they going to trade Graham for?
Yeah, big man somewhere.
I mean, it can't just be any big man. They need a big man that's going to be able to run. They need a big man that's going to be able to
Man,
stretch the floor.
I'm packaging Gordon Hayward, Devontae Graham, PJ Washington, and give me your man out of New York, Julius Randle. I'm giving up.
Ooh,
I'm giving up all the cash I don't need to get Julius at the 4.
man, you know what? I would take Andre Drummond.
You would take Andre Drummond?
I would take Andre Drummond. Yes.
No, on Charlotte?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
will be the purpose?
You that big body on the inside, getting those offensive boards, somebody to clog up that middle.
I don't like his pick and roll game.
Yeah. That can be worked on though. There's
Right.
so many improvements that can be done with these guys. You just got to get the right trainers with them and the right mentors with
I'm gonna say like Bernie Mac. Him downstairs.
them.
He old, bro.
But then too, like I said, you still got a JaVale McGee who's still hanging around, who still got something left in the tank, and he can mentor these guys.
Facts. I agree. I agree with you
I,
100%.
yeah, I will vouch for JaVale McGee, man. For I'm gonna be singing that for the whole entirety of until next season comes.
Right. Facts. So no, you what? We're gonna do this. Tell them how we're gonna do this, D, because you are more of a football person than I am, but I'm there with you. How should we do this each week when the season starts? Because I don't want the fans to get bored because tonight we went and picked our sleepers. So we want to keep it consistent to where those in the chat are not bored and they're with us. That's why we want to keep them involved.
Yeah, and we're gonna jump around. It ain't gonna just be about Washington and the Eagles all the time because there's other, like I said, we just picked our sleepers, and so we got to keep up with what's going on with our sleepers, and also what team is Brandon Jacobs going to come back to? Because remember, Brandon Jacobs is also going to come back out of retirement so that he can play defensive end. So which team is going to pick up Brandon Jacobs and give him an opportunity?
Wow.
You know, there's
Wow.
a lot of storylines like like I was saying, Antonio Brown. What is he gonna do this season? Dez Bryant. What is he gonna do? We have a lot of storylines to cover. Saquon Barkley's coming back, so
Yes,
we're gonna
yes.
be covering all of these teams, man. And as the weeks go by, we're just gonna highlight who's doing what, man.
You're right, Macrina. Did you see me keep yawning? I have my I have my grandkids today. Love them
Oh
much.
wow, yeah,
So
that
so
do
they
it.
kind of they wore me out because my grandson loves to play bass. Macrina, we salute you. Thank you so much. We
Yes,
really
ma'am.
appreciate you. We're not going to be on that much longer tonight. We were just setting the narrative for what we're going to do during the NFL season. Z's going to lead it. I'm going to follow, and we're going to get there. Anyone else want to come aboard? You're welcome because we want to make this channel dynamic with all sports news and information. We salute you again, Macrina.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. She said, yeah, until next time, man. You had your grandkids. All I had was this Texas heat. Oh
Oh
my
man,
God.
whoa, bruh. I'm gonna tell you what I did. I laid down under the air conditioner.
Yeah. Man, it's almost as hot as it is over there in Tokyo right now.
Yeah, and then I couldn't even get up, man. I made the worst mistake in my life, laying my big old back under that
Oh,
air conditioner. My back
that's
said,
it,
"You ain't
man.
going nowhere." Hey,
Yeah. Yeah.
but D, let's get on out of here, man. Until next time, go ahead and close us out, bruh.
Hey man, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, Markrina and
Adam,
Adam and everybody else who joins in. Don't forget to hit those likes. Don't forget to share. And we love each and every one of you. You know what I always say: sticks and stones can break your bones, but the word can always heal you.
give them your channel, bro, so they can go by and subscribe.
Hey, that's D Mac. Let's talk. That's DEACONMACK. Deacon Mac. D Mac.
Eh,
Let's talk.
And we're
And I'll
trying to
be
get.
on to. Oh, I was gonna say, and I'll be on tomorrow night at 8 p.m. and we're gonna be talking about we're going to be talking about, are the celebrity boxing matches adding to or taking away from boxing?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'll be on there with you, bro. Hey,
Yes, sir.
I'll be in the audience. Just make sure everything is okay and running smooth for you. But we want to say again, thank you to all those who have subscribed. Help us get DMAC to 200 subs. He's getting there, but we need your help. Tell someone about his channel. We really appreciate you. All right, I'm slacking in the area of the podcast, but they're coming back. So we want to say we thank you again. We appreciate you again. And we want to say, you know what I'm going to say, be the best, and the best you will become. Until next time, D Mac and Big J salute you. Have a great one.